Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here. As promised. So this is my early morning drive test. Again, this is Legacypilot. As the name implies, it's for old comma devices, for Neon C2s, and if you want to do it yourself, just plain old Echophone will do, just like my setup. All you need is a harness and a black panda. You can also buy Mr. One C2 clone from AliExpress. It's around 275. So basically, that's no harness. Again, if you're a C3X owner and you want to try nuclear grade model, the only way to try it is to use older devices. Okay, as mentioned, as I said, nuclear grade is very good model. A lot of people are testing it. I've been testing it for almost a year, more than a year. You can see on my videos. I kept coming back. Okay, these are for people. First of all, these are for people who just like a basic lane centering driving agent. Okay, um, I would have suggest this is for Accord owners, since we Accord owners have a low our Accords have low torque, so there's no point, even for all cars, there's no point to treat all cars as self-driving. Okay, bottom line, these are L2 cars. This is just an ADAS. Open Pilot is just an ADAS enhancement. Okay, comma is just using us for testing towards self-driving. Okay, we test new products, just like the C3X. We test new software and give comma the feedback, and in return, comma will try to fix it or what have you, and that's how it works. But as I say, newer models, when they migrate to end-to-end, they're very good. First of all, I only do lateral testing. Okay, guys. So just to not to confuse you guys, I don't do long testing. Okay, this is mostly lateral. Okay, so newer models are okay from the get-go. Um, but there is always regression that I notice. Okay. So yeah. So I decided, you know what? I just stick to NG, nuclear grade model, because it's proven. It has a proven track. Okay. There's no regression, on the version or what have you. Like my fork, it has no regression. It kept me, it kept the car planted center on rail. Okay, which I want. Okay. So same thing with this one, the Legacypilot for old devices. It's using nuclear grade model, and same feeling. It centers my car, on rail, everything. Okay, this is just my initial testing phase, so this is my second time doing it. So I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, basically what I'm looking for a particular fork, okay, is the consistency. Okay, first of all, is the consistency of the driving. Okay, so the model is there, nuclear grade model is there, so it's proven. The model is proven. So now what I'm gonna look at is, how the fork is built, via testing. I'm not a coder. I don't look at the codes. I just feel the drive. That's all. That's all I do. I just feel the drive. Okay. What I'm looking for is, as I say, a planted drive. I don't like, floating drive. I like planted. Um. Uh. So yeah. So being that said, I'm looking for bugs if there's any like error messages. Okay. The one of the good, one of the reason fork is very good is if it's bug free and error messages free. Okay. So you get to enjoy it from point A to point B, especially if you're doing out of town driving. There's no error. The one thing that gets me is errors. Okay, you're doing out of town error and then you get this error. Oh shit, you got an Alcas Christmas tree error, blah blah blah. I hate it. Okay, so what I'm saying is, you need to take that into consideration while testing a fork or stop, what have you. Make sure it's error free. Okay. My Pilot 0817 NG is mostly error free. Okay. With this one, this is my second time testing the Legacypilot. I have not encountered any errors yet. Okay, and this is with my steer ratio hack. I think I put 28.33, which is very high. It's like 10 values more than the learn ratio. Okay, and as you can see, it's not even doing any lane cutting when I'm on curves. Okay, so that's good news. I can apply my steer ratio hack. For those doesn't know, doesn't follow me, steer ratio hack for a chord, for me, it makes the steering more responsive. Okay, so it steers faster. Okay, the more you increase the value of the steer ratio, it gets more responsive. The lower the value, it gets more lousy, basically. So from lousy, you can get it to aggressive during turning. Okay, and the beauty of the Honda steering rack is, even though you change the steer ratio, a very high steer ratio, it doesn't oscillate during on straights. You can see that on my videos. It's proven, so that's good. That's a good thing for an Accord. What else? Yeah, I'm giving my C3 a break until Comma makes a viable lane centering model. I'm pretty sure they can do they can replicate the NG for the C3X, for the C2 or C3X. I think they can replicate the NG model. And I don't know, it's just I'm not a coder, but I think a good suggestion is, why can't they separate the long model from the lateral model, just like the driver's monitoring model. I don't know if they can separate it, so at least if we can focus on the lateral, so once the lateral is good, so we don't touch that model. All they're concerned about is just the long model. I don't know, maybe both coincides together. I don't know how it works, but what I'm saying is, it's like a step forward, one step forward, two step back when it comes to lateral performance. Yeah, they're very, as I say, newer models are very good at first, after initial install, and after that they're all over the place. My latest one is the Night Strike. It's good, but compared to NG's better. Okay, the Night Strike's not bad. As I say, it's just initial testing. I don't know if it will go from downhill downhill from there. So I don't know what makes it regress. Um, with my 0817 fork NG, there's no regression. So I don't know. Because I'm not gonna go back to C2. Okay, if C3 models are very good, well, there's no point. What's the point? I'll gladly market, open pilot for the new C3X. Yeah, but as I say, I keep coming back to NG. I miss the feeling of the NG. Um, and speaking of long, I don't do long testing. It's because, as I say, it's not ready for prime time. Um, and you can test it if you have a C3X, a C3 brand new, and you wanna test it. Go do experimental. And if you wanna help out Goma, go ahead, just help out Goma. But for me, as I say, I've been testing for 3 years, so I'm like, I just wanna do my chill drive. That's it. I just wanna do my chill drive. So I always go to the best version that I know. Okay, and then I found out about this Dragonpilot Legacypilot with nuclear grade model, and I will promote it. If it's good, I will promote it. Even though it's an old device, I don't care. I will promote it. Okay. Bottom line is chill driving. For me, bottom line is a good lane centering agent. Okay, open pilot, a good lane centering. I don't care about traffic lights. I don't care about stop sign. I don't care about that. I have an accord. Okay, so I already changed my mentality from self-driving to L2 driving. Okay, that's a good suggestion, guys. Get rid of that self-driving mentality, especially if you have an accord. Get rid of that self-driving mentality. If you know there's a curve coming up and you know you cannot make it, don't even bother to like, okay, we'll make it. No, just help it out. That's it. Just help it out. You will not lose points. Okay. So with this one, the only thing that I'm gonna test is what I call is steering memory. I don't know what I'm saying is like, if I help out on a like, say I'm on a fast speed on a curve, during a curve, and if I help it out, will it stay or bounce back? Okay, because other than my 0817 fork, my 0817 fork will stay. Okay, versions after that, even the newer versions 095, 094, when I try to steer it, it will not stay, it will bounce back. Okay, so that's a good thing about my 0817 fork for C3 Pilot. So I'm gonna look for that feature here. It has a hint. Okay, it has a hint of it. So I'm gonna try. It should, because this is 0817, the same version as my C3 fork. Okay, here's a curve here, 65 and under. You're good, guys. You're good. You don't have to worry about torque limit. As long as I can keep up with the local flow traffic, I'm good. Okay. Again, I drive mostly in the slow lane. Been there, done that on fast lane when I was young. Okay, it's not worth it to get pulled over by cops. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. Just do your chill drive. And it's fun. You don't have to speed. You know what I'm saying? You just stay safely in the slow lane. Of course, you have to mind everything around you. Okay. If the drive, if the slow lane is very fast, of course you have to drive fast. You know what I'm saying? Me, I make sure when I tend to drive slower in the slow lane, there's no cars around me. Okay, if it's fast, then I go with the flow traffic. That's the rule. You just go with the flow. Okay, and if I can go with the flow, I'm a very happy camper. Okay, like this curve here. See, I'm trying to go with the flow. 5861. I'm just touching the wheel. I want to feel the wheel. As you can see, it's not lane cutting. And this is with a high steer ratio, guys. There you go. If you're gonna do a low mount like me, make sure, okay, make sure your mounting is very sturdy, okay? It makes a big difference if your device is solidly mounted, just like it's mounted in the windshield. Okay, there's a reason why Comma wants you to mount in the windshield. First of all, it's very sturdy and it's easy, and second of, it's easy to implement. Okay. Low mount is proven. Okay, as long as 1 meter above ground, the camera, as long as it's at least 1 meter above ground, you should be okay. It's proven. If you don't have the mount like mine, you can always just move it down. So using your windshield, just move it down. Just make sure it's 1 meter. Basically, I use my side view mirrors as my guide. So a little bit, if the camera, make the camera a little bit above it, and you should be good to go. Why do I low mount? Is because for me it's a safety hazard because it's blocking my view. So I low mount it. Just a simple. That's and as I say, after I low mount it, I'm not gonna go back to windshield mounting. So I have a barely echo. There's no fan, no heat shield, no nothing. The best way to cool the echoes are in front on the camera side. That's where the CPU is. So I have my AC deflector pointed towards the front. And also the Legacypilot, it's stripped down of the many processes. It doesn't log video. Okay, just to remind you. As I said, because the model makes the bigger model makes it run hot, so they have to take away some of the processes, and video recording also makes your phone hot. So they do away with that. So I suggest for you to get a dash cam, just like me. So no problem. Yeah, yeah, it's very good. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, if you can get okay, if you can get a if you want the seat, I think I went to for sale channel and there's one for a broken C2. It's fairly easy to make it work. All you have to do is get a Lego phone, and that's it. And then you just swap the inside with a new Lego phone. It's fairly easy. You will have battery, okay? So be mindful that if you have a Lego phone, because a C2 is battery less, okay? Same thing with Mr. 1 C2. So I think I would suggest to just buy Mr. 1. I think it's 275 plus shipping. So around 300. You should get it in a month or so. He has no harness again. He has no harness. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. Um, Keep in mind, the echoes are very fragile device. Um, if you use it every day, probably will give you 2 years worth. Okay, and then until the main board die. So keep that in mind. Um, yeah, it's very good, guys. See, as you can see. It's the performance. Okay, the performance of NG of the Legacypilot. It's yeah, it's comparable to C3. Okay, it's comparable to C3. Um, so if you have a C3 and then you have a if you have a C2 as your backup, go give this a try. Um, and you're gonna love it, guys. You're gonna love it. Um, and good thing with the Echo too is you can use your Bluetooth devices. So you can use an external speaker. So if you want that Tesla sound, if you want a different sound, you can use it. You can use it as your that's a good thing with the Echo. Because I think the Bluetooth driver, what have you, and the C3, nobody have cracked yet. You know, nobody has written a code to make the Bluetooth work on the C3. This Le Echo is an original neon that I purchased from Comma, um, and still kicking. The only reason why is this was like 2 years ago. The only reason why is I kept swapping phones. That's the reason why. So I think that's a good idea. If you have different phones, different, like if you have a C3, you have a, try to mix and match it. You know. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm giving my C3 a break, and then I'll go with this one. And then so I have my C3 in my car, so I use this as a backup. Okay. And until Comma makes a new hardware, I'm pretty sure they're gonna make a new hardware. Okay. C3, yeah. So I don't know, but I'll save my money for the next hardware. And the only reason why I could have stayed with the Echo, and then the only reason why I got a C3 is because I was the first one who got a 500 discount. Because it used to be like $2,100, $2,000. So Geo gave me a discount on the C3. So I couldn't say no. So hence I got the C3. I'm not gonna pay $2,100 for it. Seriously, I'm not. But for $1,499, it's okay. Okay. The only thing with the C3X though is I think I'll get a used C3, but not a C3X right now because, as I said, C3X is limited. Software-wise, it's limited to 0.94 and above. Yeah. And NG only works on 0817, or 0816 or what have you. That's the thing. Okay, that's why I rather have Comma make a new model, just like NG, for the C3X. At least have people give the people a chance to experience NG on their brand new devices. I'm pretty sure they can train a new model, a special branch, NG for the C3X. Okay, and then this will, I will gladly promote it and give you some, but for now C3X is limited. Okay, Citrix is limited. Again, as I said, the newer models are okay initially, but as I say, it goes downhill from there. Cause yeah. So, but anyway, here we go. This is my last leg here. So this is 0.08 camera offset on a centered. So default is minus 0.04. So I might change it to 0.006. Okay, the camera offset. So it's kind of like a little bit off to the right. Okay, so that's how we do it when it comes to lane placement. You feel it, like okay, is it to the right, to the left? Okay, and then you change it in with the increments up to 0.02. Yeah, again, huge thank you to Affiniland for making the Legacypilot. You're very dedicated to your work, and I applaud that, Affini. And I'm glad I met you. I mean, through Discord, just like Sunny Pilot, Spectre. You guys are very good with the community. Who else? Yeah, so I forgot the. But anyway, thank you guys. Thank you. I'm having a blast with OpenPilot. Okay, even though it's an old device, it still feels great testing it, guys. So again, thank you guys. Thank you for watching my video. Please do leave a like and subscribe. Again, this is Eisenheim. May you have a happy, wonderful, and safe testing.